What's happening?
What's up?
Life. What's going
A
on with
lot of
y'all?
life. A lot of life.
Yeah,
JBM, we missed you.
Yeah, it's been
A
some
lot of
months,
life's
hasn't
been
it?
going on with you.
How long has it been? Since March.
yeah, it's been a couple months.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time.
What's
It's a
going on?
long time.
Everybody's hair got longer since the last time we saw you.
Oh, flush.
Oh, can I ask how was traveling with locks?
Um, you just gotta go. You just gotta go through the struggle. Yeah,
So it is a struggle.
yeah. It's a struggle. Well, I mean, you wash it on your own and just you wait. You wait for the retwist until you get back home.
Gotcha. Coop, how was
So
it? Oh, sorry.
I'm good. I'm good. You want to catch everybody up, or we want to just because
Let's
it
just jump
has
right
been.
into it. Yeah,
You want
it's
to
a
jump right
lot.
into it?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go. Let's get on these topics.
All right. Well, yeah. Secret Invasion. This is the first time we've talked about it, all three of us together,
Yes.
technically outside of Discord. So
Yeah. What up, Daniel?
JBM, I think we should start with you. Let's get a recap on first episode one. Your thoughts on it, since we've already talked about it. Then we'll go into two and three.
Episode what? Man.
Well, yeah, do episode one and two, and then that'll be our segue into the rest of the conversation.
So episode 1 and 2 of Secret Invasion were great. I thought I liked the tone. I liked the story. I liked the angle. Well, so at first I did not enjoy Fury being old. I didn't like that he had lost a step. I wasn't really buying it, considering that he was blipped, so he technically was 5 years younger than everybody else. Now he was in space after he came back for like 2 years, I think, max. If y'all know the exact number, please correct me. But
When we reviewed the first episode, time was a big problem. So we're just as off as time as you are.
Yeah, that
okay,
was a big debate we had at the end of the show last time we talked about it, because it was like we don't know where anything is happening. Like, I have no idea when this takes place, because that was one of my points that I brought up
yeah,
about the show. Was like, I don't understand where this fits, like where it all is. But I'll let you continue.
yeah. So at the end of episode 2, I started to like the angle they took with Fury losing the step because they leaned so heavily into that part of the story that it,
Hmm.
it just works. It it works. So I like it. I love the scrolls. I like the Gravik perspective. Feels very real and grounded. Um, I like the all the agents playing undercover. The what's the girl's name from the UK? She's like M from James Bond.
Oh
Not
yeah,
that high up in authority. Yeah, she's cool. Yeah, first 2 episodes, 5 scoops of gumbo.
Out of what?
5.
Oh, I was about to say five is wrong.
5 out of 5.
Five out of
Five
five.
out of
Yeah,
five. Samuel.
right. So, and we did only talk about what episode one, right?
Episode one. I
Okay, cool, cool,
say
cool, cool.
though, after watching episode three, episode two is a little bit of a blur. Because episode three was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I may or may not have finished watching it about 30 minutes ago, so it's quite fresh on my mind. But I don't know what's next with this show. And I like that a lot. Although there's one thing that happened in this episode that I called instantly. I guess we could talk about it because spoiler time with the
Hmm.
woman Vera and Gravik. Oh, I
Yeah.
had a question before we get
Vera.
there. Wasn't Vera Gravik's mom?
Hold on. Who? Which one is Vera?
No, 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 no.
The black woman.
The black woman, Samuel L.
Oh,
Jackson's.
Samuel Jackson's wife.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Nick Fury's wife.
Got you. I'm screaming.
Yeah.
I I felt like there was going to be a connection between them two, so I just got the confirmation on it. But Gravik had no issue taking out. Oh Lord, these scroll names are getting to me. The Queen of Dragons.
Khaleesi.
Yeah, that's all I got for her.
Oh,
I don't know what her
Nani. I think it's Nani.
Nani. Well,
Right.
she gone.
Nani.
And I didn't
I
think
can't remember
Gravik
her
was
name.
going to do it. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why he waited so long. We knew from very early that she was a spy, and I feel like he knew it too. He had been looking at her weird since we first met her character. So for him to just wait until now to kill her, I just feel like he was just trying to see how far she would go, maybe, I guess. But this episode was pretty solid for me. I'm very excited to see what's next. Also, what's Vera gonna do with the gun? What's up with that?
Yeah, I love that ending.
Protection.
Like
Yeah.
I hope that she's actually like dead, not because like I don't want her to be on screen. It's just more or less like I think it'd be a disservice if they brought her back because it's such a great character moment for Gravik because it does establish him as a villain. Like it is somebody now you can, if you were on the fence, you
The 3,000 people he blew up didn't establish him as a villain.
well, okay, but like you kind of expect villains.
What about
like
the agent that he
the
shot?
only yeah, but there's also too you have this connection now that what's Talos that gives him another angle like that. There's a character growth moment for every character in there. Like it for one, it's good for Gravik because he's maintaining this.
He's a great
villain role, and he's
Yeah.
been very strong as a villain throughout this entire series, and that's a very strong moment because of who she's related to. And now it's
Right.
like, what is Talos going to do? Because he's now so against killing. Like when he finds out what he did to his daughter, like what's that going to do to him? Where's his mental state going to be?
They might do a pull a Luke Cage season 1 and take out Gravik early, like they did Cottonmouth, and
I
have
don't need that type of stress.
I feel like Talos is gonna flip into the big bad. I feel like he's gonna be the big bad.
I wouldn't be surprised. But I also too like Nick Fury's wife. I can't remember that character's name, but her angle too. Because to Monty's point, like what that
Nick
her
Fury's
walking
wife.
away with the gun and that mysterious phone call. It lets you like it leads you to believe that whatever she's going to do is going to derail someone's plans, like whether that's Nick Fury or it's going to be bad for Gravik. Like I don't know who.
She's got a direct line to Gravik.
That's what like, and so whatever she's about to do is about to like, yeah, Vara is going to really set in motion a lot of things within the show to me because
I think she's a Gravik agent. I think
the Khaleesi's name is Gaia. What's up, the captain's log? Also, this episode proved that both sides are willing to do whatever it takes. We saw Talos and Gravik and do it without blinking an eye. And we saw that Talos is willing to kill his own.
Mm-hmm.
That to me was the more, I mean, I technically they both did, so that was dumb. But what am I trying to say? I think killing was more impactful to the episode than Gravik's was, because I suspected that Gravik was this type of person, but I didn't think that Talos would want to kill another Skrull.
Yeah, he started the season off not wanting to kill Skrulls. Then episode 3 happened, so he's like, at least. So I'm seeing him slowly and gradually becoming more and more of an antagonist to Fury.
I have a question to take it back to episode 2. Sorry, I should have asked this earlier. Was that really Rhodey?
I don't know. I have doubts. I'll be honest.
I feel like it was Rhodey.
I don't like the way he said brother. That didn't bother y'all. And then he went like this after.
I enjoyed that dinner combo. That
Yeah,
was one of my favorite scenes of the show so far.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, they have creative control over this for sure because nobody wrote that. I can't, that was not written.
That was black.
That
Yeah,
was.
that was some gumbo.
If it was like that writer deserve or those writers deserve a lot of credit, but I feel very strongly that was
Samuel Jackson has
improv.
executive producer credit. So
Oh
he
yeah, I
might.
mean that just means he throws money at it. That's all that means. He's
Was
their
Rose a
financial.
scroll in the comic? Did he get
Everybody had a
scrolled up?
scroll doppelganger. Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody. They all had. They were in the real Secret Invasion. Yeah, like everybody had a doppelganger.
Oh wow.
Like Steve Rogers. Everybody was a scroll. It was a wild. I
I
remember
didn't know
that's what
Nick Fury had a
a
scroll.
lot of the fans were upset about with the Captain Marvel movie was like we got nice scrolls and it's like yo the scrolls are like a major villain in Marvel
Yeah,
in the
they are.
comics and so like they're a major threat to the Avengers and so like now we're seeing that through Gravik and his movement and then like this whole oh yeah so I forgot the reveal of the like million scrolls having immigrated to Earth without Nick Fury knowing. Like, what? How do y'all feel about that now? Because like that changes a lot
If I was Nick
about
Fury, I
this
would,
That
this series for me.
if I were Nick Fury, I would be pissed. A lot more pissed than what he's showing on screen. Like to have 1 million, they might, well, let's call them what they are, agents, right? 1 million secret agents, faces you don't know, you can't say, there's no list of them anywhere. Who knows? We don't even think Talos doesn't have a list, or he would have given it to Fury already. So they're just somewhere. The only person who might know is Gravik. And if Gravik knows them and Talos doesn't know them, then it might be on his side more. So it's very concerning. And because of that number, I suspect that this episode, excuse me, that this show will not end peacefully. I don't think we're gonna get the happy ending that we might expect from some Marvel projects. It's gonna be some mess.
Yeah,
it might maybe
I don't
there's a
think that this has a conclusion either. Go ahead.
yeah. I was thinking I don't think all 1 million scrolls are gonna be active pawns in the Gravik game. I think some of them are just trying to live their life. Um,
Yeah,
I
so
agree, but let's say if 1% of them want to act the fool, that's 1,000 people. That's still a lot. That's more than what
yeah,
Fury thought were here.
yeah.
and you have
Oh, how
the
many did he think showed up? Just those 20?
Yes,
just
unfortunately.
like
Yo,
a
that's wild.
Those
Went
people
from
and
a
then any
20
kids
to a
that might.
million.
well he I don't think he had an idea. He probably thought it was maybe a few hundred because they were registering up to a certain number, and I guess they had those. I'm pretty sure they had that was the like immigration process essentially for the scrolls. What we saw, and that was episode 2, right? Um, where they had that conversation on the train. Him, uh, anyway,
No,
where we see,
when he told him about the scrolls.
yeah, when he told him about the million scrolls, that was episode 2, right?
Yeah, that was 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
On the
Okay, so
train
like on the
with
train ride, yeah, before they go their separate ways. Um, I think that whole sequence where we see them taking their pledge, I think that probably was an initiation immigration process for scrolls for maybe 20 years, 10, 20 years, probably. Maybe that was what or that's what I keep saying Samuel Jackson. That's what Nick Fury thought was going on. So I think that he probably thought the number was probably in the hundreds to maybe thousands, not a million. Because if there's no way if they were letting like small groups of scrolls, come to Earth, adopt a doppelganger, and then continue like now, he's faced with the reality that there's literally a million scrolls living amongst people across the world, and they probably nobody knows where all of them are. Like, yeah, sure, there's a number of agents that have pledged loyalty to Talos. There are those also that probably still believe in in Talos, right? So like you're gonna have a mix of populated areas across the globe that not everybody knows who's who. Like they can't have a complete number of all million plus scrolls that are on the planet Earth. Like I don't know that even makes any sense, and I think that kind of devalues what they're setting up, because I don't think that this has a sound resolution. I think this ends very open, and it probably ties into Iron Wars. I think that's what it is. That's Rhodey's series.
What's Rhodey's series? Wait 1 second. What's Daniel talking about here?
Who's Fernie? What episode did that happen in? Or is that something from the comics?
Who is Fernie?
Captain Marvel, and they didn't match.
Fernie, Secret Invasion.
Interesting.
Fernie Berlin.
I was thinking that we could potentially see the Queen of Dragons again. Not Gaia if she's dead, but she's just a shell, right? And if that's the shell that presents herself to her father, they could potentially use her for something else.
What's that? What do you mean?
The actress, the Queen of Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Gravik killed her, but Talos doesn't know that yet. He could have another scroll take her place, because in the scenes between Gaia and Talos, she didn't turn into a scroll. She kept her human form the entire time. And I mean, I'm sure a parent knows their child, right? Or at least according to this, maybe not. But if it's that easy to have a scroll, like convince another scroll that there's somebody else, then we might potentially see her again.
I'm kind of hoping she didn't really die. I'm just like,
I have confidence that Gravik knows how to shoot.
Gravik is
that scroll that we saw died. If we see that actress again, there's no way it's the same scroll. I refuse to believe that.
But like every time a scroll dies, they change, right? They like transform involuntarily into their scroll form, and she didn't. I don't remember her transforming back into her scroll form.
Oh, because I don't think they showed the body.
They did show the body. They showed her laying on the ground, but they didn't show her in scroll.
Oh, she never. Well, she must not have been dead at that time.
Fernie is not a character. Fernie is another YouTuber, and he compared her scroll form to her scroll form from the Captain Marvel movie.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I wouldn't bet on that consistency.
Yeah. Because you know what that sounds like.
Good observation, though.
That sounds like
on my insider like industry. That sounds like they lost the costume. Oh, wow. And then they just they made, because they have to create another scroll version of the adult Gaia, and unless this is in. Okay, so he's taking the episode. Yeah, there's no way. They probably just had to create another scroll costume.
Let's just say Fernie is right. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear it, because I don't want to.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. Because
that's Soren's wife. So what's that saying, that Gaia is Soren's wife? Secret?
No, saying that Soren was playing Gaia the whole time, possibly.
Right, but that's Talos' wife, right?
Right, which means where's Gaia?
Yeah, I don't think that happens.
That's too much.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That
like
yeah,
Mephisto.
Yeah, it does. That sounds way too deep for what they're gonna do on a TV show.
Yeah.
I'll say this: it should not be deep, right? Like, if we're being honest, that's the amount of ground that should be covered. Marvel hasn't been covering that ground. I will say this show is quite impressive. It's the best one in a long time. Is there a possibility that said if we're going to do this one, we're going to do it right? Absolutely. I'm not going to pass him to try. I'm just going to take that out of my mind like a memory from Harry Potter and put it in the bowl.
Go back to it later.
Right.
If it becomes relevant. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one. I'm not trying to be too cynical, but like that is such a it's a great idea, but that sounds way too complex for what they want to accomplish in a TV show. Like
Yeah.
it's hard enough to
Great
keep up
observation skills.
with like all of the content that they got coming out. Now, if they're throwing curveballs at us in episodes within, a show that's telling a very small, like I don't know. I don't know that they would do something that crazy. But I mean, yeah, we'll hold that one.
I'm gonna check out Fernie's
because
channel.
I like it. I like it.
I will absolutely check out Fernie's channel though.
Yeah, for sure. Good recommendation.
I'm trying to think. Was there anything else from the episode? Oh, his healing. Did we see somebody heal like that prior? Was that like those people from Iron Man 3?
Yes, that was.
That was the same power.
It was very similar. Very similar.
What did he soup himself up with? Like I saw some of the things from episode 2, but
it had the Groot DNA.
They had the
Groot
DNA. That was
they
the
had
only part I recognized.
The ice giant from Loki. They had the ice giant DNA.
How the fuck did they get the ice giant DNA?
Who knows? But the third one, I don't remember what the third one was. I never went back to check.
They had a whole bunch. She was scrolling through. There were more than 3 things. But
there's more than 3?
The captain's log is right. It was the extremist. Now, what's crazy is Graphic is bugging because that was not an exact science. Like how many of those people died trying to take on that stuff? So if what I saw was right, he's willing to do anything. Anything. And somebody asked I think it was the captain's log who asked how many Super Scrubs Gravik made. If Gravik turned himself and his powers are already working, he's probably been sitting with him for a while. He at least turned the higher, like
his right hand, the dude that
definitely. But the people who came to see, what was the
council?
The council?
Yeah, council, thank you. The council was there. I feel like when he invited them, he was inviting them to see or at least get a demonstration. If he knew well enough that it would work and that there were no problems, I wouldn't be surprised if he gave it to the council also, because at this point, their lives are in jeopardy, right? There's a group who's trying to expose them. The power to heal would be quite beneficial to them.
I feel like he wouldn't give them the power just so he could keep the upper hand.
And also back in that episode 1, remember he kept hitting on that I'm not the movement, or what was he saying? Because it's not about me, it's about the movement.
So it's about getting home.
Yeah. So I feel like he's definitely not the only Super Skrull. Who else has he indoctrinated with that? And I feel the council is too radical because they'll flip. And like they'll be with whoever they feel has the advantage because they're about their own survival. I don't think he's going to give them any super serum because I don't think that they would. He knows that they wouldn't appreciate it.
I kind of feel like he's the only one with it right now.
Be beneficial to his mission. Or if he is the one, it can't be long before he gives it to other people.
Yeah, I think he's got at least one. He's got to have at least one other. I think his right hand man is a super because he let him in the lab, didn't he? Because he told him like to go talk to so he's aware of the program. I wouldn't be surprised if he's part of it. Like to me, he's the only one that would make sense. And I don't think that they're gonna have like a bunch of them because they don't. Nick Fury and War Machine are not about to take on like an army of, well, maybe they could. I don't know.
Side note, Gaia not knowing like specifics and not being in on the project tells me that Gravik was always suspicious of her because he didn't do that overnight. He's been working on that for a long time. Science don't just happen. Like they had a whole lab in there. He had what looked like humans. I mean, of course, everybody looks like a human, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say that those doctors that were working in those labs are human and were not Skrulls. He pulled them from somewhere, and they weren't in chains. But regardless, ooh,
Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, everything bleeped out.
Everything bleep. We blipping. Lost my train
Wait.
of thought. I lost my train of thought. The blip.
Was that local? Or
You were
was
talking about the
was
doctors that were humans and they weren't.
Yes, I was saying that he's been dealing with that for a long time, which tells me he has been suspicious of Gaia for a long time, and Gaia was probably never going to get that power. Like, yes, she wasn't his right-hand man, but he had taken her on every mission that we'd seen. So,
yeah. Yeah, he did seem like he was always suspicious of her. Maybe because she was Talos.
Yeah, like he knows. Yeah, he knows the relationship, and I think, which is something that I do like about his character. Seemingly, is that he's intelligent. Like his situational awareness is high, and like him, keeping her close makes a lot of sense because like he knows what she's hearing, and if she is a double agent or he suspects that she is, like he's still got the upper hand. He's got the leverage in the situation because like he did in episode 3, gave her some false information very discreetly just to bait the trap, and she bit hard. I was like, yo, this is so like I was watching the car ride scene, I'm like, whatever he's about to say on the phone right now is not going to be any real intel. Like this is a trap. And like lo and behold, it was, because it's like it was too obvious at that point. And to me, I feel like if he hadn't,
he thinks that the airstrike was always just the whole purpose of it was to expose the mole and to not.
Yeah, it was a false flag. There was no actual intel back there. They were just hoping that she was going to report that to Talos, and that would let them know, because the only way that information would get to him.
What information?
She sent him the address. Gaia sent Talos the address to that airstrike or whatever it was that the.
You mean the nuke? They were about to nuke the plane, the UN plane.
No, at the end of the episode when Gravik was in that man's house, she sent them that address, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Episode 2.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. This is the most recent episode.
Where Gravik and Samuel Jackson were grilling the guy who turned out to be a Skrull in the end, and we're trying to get the codes from him to call off the strike.
Yeah.
So Gaia gave Talos that information.
The code.
Yeah.
But that was a real code, and that was a real thing about to happen.
I agree.
I think but like
said it right.
Yeah, he knew that. Him saying that in the car with her sitting beside him was his cue. That was his bait. That was him setting the trap, because he knew that the only person that would ever report that information to Talos, if it was disarmed, was going to be her.
Right. But
was like
the plan was a real plan. He risked.
He risked exposure,
exposing the mole.
Right, because it probably is not even a significant part of the scheme that they're running. Like it basically, if it succeeded, good. If it didn't, there are other ways or other means. And they played it up, or he plays it up so that it has way more significance than what it actually has, so that she does what she did.
She absolutely leaked the safe house info. She's been a sloppy mole, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, I know the mission is to save people, but I don't know, I don't want to say let somebody die, but I'd have let something fall through. Something. Just to protect
we still don't know.
Brought her in.
We still don't know how Talos' wife died, right?
No.
Gravik killed her.
That's what
people working for.
That's what Gravik they said.
That's what they
So,
said. We never got
but
to
we
see.
hadn't gotten confirmation in the flashback. I'm sure that's probably going to play into the show somehow. Like that's that um, theory from earlier just popped in my head again. I was like, oh, we don't know how his wife died. They could use that as an angle because but anyway, I won't get into that. Yeah, see, that's another point. The captain's log, like, I don't know where this is in the timeline because we also have Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That takes place in a similar time period as this does. Is the president the same president from Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Because Thunderbolt Ross has not been elected president yet.
I don't think so.
I don't even think he's the president, right? Like Thunderbolt Ross it's the other guy that Rhodey was walking with. Wasn't that the president in episode 2 or episode 1?
That was episode 1.
So, or have they confirmed who the president is? Have they mentioned the president by name?
I'm pretty sure that the guy we saw in the first episode was the president. I don't remember
the president. Okay.
Because Rhodey called him Mr. President.
He did, yeah. Okay, so that's what. Yeah, I'm just making sure, like, because I was like, I know he said something about the president. I couldn't remember if he was walking with the president or one of the, but he does call him Mr. President. So yeah, that's not Thunderbolt Ross. So like, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna make that call. Like, and I don't know. Maybe I was thinking that maybe they kill. I think I put this in Discord, but maybe they kill the president in this show, and then that leads to the election of Thunderbolt Ross.
Anything
also,
is possible.
I would be surprised if there's a Skrull, like if the president is already a Skrull.
He might be.
Let's just say he was on the council. The president of the United States can't just do meetings in back rooms in London. That's not happening. But I'm not confident that Rhodey is not a Skrull. I don't like the way he said brother. It didn't seem very brotherly to me. So if there's a chance he's a Skrull and he's that close to the president where they could just have conversations, it's only a matter of time. If
it seems like a Skrull thing though, because I was like, how does he have that much access to the president? Like, that makes no sense unless, like, that's weird to me because I know his rank and his position and all, but like he's the president and you are just you're still active duty.
He's an Avenger, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I think that has changed.
Because and it could have in the snap because the government had to continue. It probably has changed a bit, maybe.
But they need to tell us that stuff. We
can't be left in the dark about these.
The time is effed up. People's statuses are effed up. Like, we need to know who's what. Where are they? What's going on?
If they did some like lore content on their YouTube channel for like Marvel, that would be great because it would keep people kind of sorted.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, they would never do that.
I feel like Rhodey is human though, because I think it's like Fury is gonna need some allies, and so who are the allies aside from Talos right now? Who is becoming questionable?
I think the point of the show is that it's just him. Unfortunately. Which is why I don't foresee it ending well. Not to say that he can't get it done by himself, but if this problem is so large.
They're sending him though. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. He seems like a Skrull.
Rhodey?
Yeah, Rhodey seems like a Skrull to me.
Brother. I don't like that. I don't want that at all.
But it's more so like just how the access he has is kind of wild to me. And I'm like, he's in that position not because of who he is necessarily. I think it's maybe because those are two Skrulls. The president is a Skrull, Rhodey is a Skrull. That's revealed. Whole government has changed. Thunderbolt Ross steps in, and I'm just trying to figure out where, like, because that would actually make it interesting to me.
In the comics, were there scrolls in Wakanda?
I don't
That's a
know.
good question. I have no idea.
There could have been.
How would they infiltrate?
That's what I want to know.
Kinda. It's like closed off.
Yeah,
You got to have the lip tattoo, right?
They can't
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. They shouldn't be able to. I don't think they
never
could.
read that. I never read the comic story, so I have no idea.
I don't think they
Theory.
showed from my understanding. I don't think Secret Wars ever went to Wakanda. I think Black Panther was in some of those fights, but not much.
Hmm.
If I recall correctly. So like this wasn't.
I don't think the president is a scroll either. I think all the big players, the political players that are scrolls, we saw in the council. I think those are all the scrolls. All the major players. Yeah, I don't think there's any other secret big
World
role
leaders.
scrolls. Yeah. The Jabari tribe may be outside the dome.
I found an article on that theory, and I will report back next show about scrolls being Wakanda, just because I want to know, just for shits and giggles. Excuse my language. That's all I got on that. Did y'all want to do a mini yay or nay on Transformers: Rise of the Beast?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yay, double yay.
Let's end the show with that.
Can I just say that I am very happy that a Transformer that's not Optimus took the lead this time. I forgot his name already. Oh, Mirage. Mirage was like the number one Transformer that you saw throughout the entire movie. And I like that because I'm sick and tired of Optimus giving these great speeches and then getting beat down. It was time to bring somebody else. So I am very, very happy that we got to see that.
Yeah. That was
Prime was putting in work in this one though.
Yeah, Prime and Primal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both Primes. It was great, man. It was fantastic.
Be successful. Do what you got to do. Keep speeches to a minimum because it was pissing me off. How many times we watch and give a good speech and then get damn near killed in the movie? Too much.
Oh, too much. But this did feel more like the cartoons than the more recent Transformers installments to me. Like this one actually felt like the cartoon. I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was a little cheesy too, but not
yeah, it had some. There were some lines in there that I was like, oh, that's really. It was almost there, but it wasn't quite. It didn't quite hit the mark.
Some melted cheese.
Yeah,
it was good though. I enjoyed it.
And then of course the G.I. Joe crossover tease was like,
that was like icing on the cake.
Man. What?
That was exciting.
I'm like, I'd never even thought of putting G.I. Joes and Transformers together, but then just seeing that was like, oh, this opens up a world of possibilities of like just cool stuff.
The board game multiverse.
Right.
Let's do it. What else does Hasbro?
Action figure multiverse. That would be fantastic. Can you imagine somebody doing that movie? Hasbro universe. That's crazy because you could put Star Wars in there. Like that'd be a crazy crossover.
That would be. But yeah, G.I. Joe Transformers. As long as they don't make it the G.I. Joe from the last franchise,
bro, they got to do a complete reboot.
Yeah,
complete reboot.
Don't have the. I love the Rock, but don't have the Rock in it.
Yeah, no, please.
No.
We are good. We will pass on the Rock, man. He is cooking way too much. I am good. Yeah. I feel you on that one. He got way too many plates, way too many skillets on the oven right now.
Mm-hmm. Too many leftovers.
Yeah. Give the man a break. He needs an update.
What's the other one? The other movie. Imani, did you cover The Blackening?
No, I didn't. Did I? I said I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you said you. Yeah, you said you
Coop
enjoyed it.
hadn't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so we won't talk about it, but I keep telling Coop to go see it.
No, you got to see it before it's not in theaters anymore. You know that
it's not.
It's gonna have a short run.
Small budget. It's not gonna be there much longer.
It's already not at Regal.
It's not
Mayfair. It's not at Regal Mayfair. No.
I'll just say, JVM, when they feel like this, I was crying in the theater. Mind you, we were the only Black people in the theater. Everybody else was not Black. They made that movie to make you talk to the screen. They did things
it's that type of movie. It's an event. It's an event type of movie.
And it was just me in there, like cackling, talking back at the TV, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on here?" it was fantastic. I highly recommend. For the I think the budget was like $7 million. They made that back.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
I would hope that they make another one.
Yeah, I would wonder how they do it.
They can do it. They ended it on a way they can do it. They can absolutely do it.
Yeah, they could. Where you think the next one would be? Same area, different area?
It has to be with the same dude. But I'll say they can. I would not call this movie a parody, right? Like how A Haunted House by the Wayans was a clear parody of a whole bunch of other things like Paranormal Activity and stuff. This movie was not a parody movie, but I think they could pull from other movies that like other horror films and do touch on a little bit of parody stuff like Escape Room. Like the idea of have you seen the horror series Escape Room?
Mm-mm.
Oh, y'all gotta watch that.
Is it
have
like
you?
Game,
you never like the actual Escape Room?
Right. There's horror movies. There's like I think 2 of them. Y'all never seen them?
If you don't make it out of the room in time, you like really dead?
Yes. There's 2. There's 2 of them. There's 2. You gotta check them out.
I've done like 2 escape rooms because there was one in Greensboro for a minute.
So don't think of what we know to be an escape room. It's not like that at all. It's some crazy stuff. It's a horror movie, crazy concept, but don't help the child don't know. But I'm saying that that's something that they could do to kind of bring it up. And then if it becomes a sequel, I'm sure the budget would be bigger. They're going to want more people to see it, to relate it to existing horror films and, express how we would handle it. I think that would kind of help. So, and it doesn't have to be a blatant parody either. Like, have you ever seen the movie Hush? It's been on Netflix a lot. It's about a woman who was deaf and there was an intruder in her home trying to kill her.
Didn't see that one.
Oh,
I saw the other one where the old man was blind.
Not like that. So in the movie Hush, it's about a woman who's deaf and there's a man who just comes to her house. He kills her neighbors. And when he realizes that she's deaf, he starts to like play a game with her and try to like, scare her and also try to break in the house and kill her. Very, very, very intense. I would call it more of a thriller than a horror movie. But I would say that the thrill that Hush gave me, I felt watching this movie too. So it doesn't have to be a straight, like they copied this movie, but there are horror movie tropes that they could pull from and, show us how Black people would react to it. Now, one thing I will say they didn't do enough of, it was just at one point, it was only one killer. They could have all taken him down if they worked together. I'm sorry. It's a group of us and I'm giving away the story. I'm sorry. Be quiet.
Yeah. Man, too much.
I'm sorry. I forgot that fast. You didn't see it. Go see it. Go see it, y'all.
You gotta go see it.
You don't have to be Black to enjoy it.
You don't, but you might need to be Black to understand some of the
Some
So,
context.
some of the comedy in it because there's some nuances there that. So I went with a friend of mine who's Asian. After the movie, he told me he said I was waiting on you to laugh at something to know if it was a joke or not, and I just thought that was hilarious. That was hilarious to me.
sorry,
Oh man.
my spoilers, y'all, but still, it's worth the watch.
Yeah.
I think everyone
can't-
should watch it though, regardless of whether or not you're black or not. But just black people
Yeah.
are gonna enjoy it the most.
Yeah.
If you have a black friend, watch it with a black friend.
Go with a friend, definitely. This is a group activity type of movie. Yeah.
Group participation.
One of my
Maybe we
friends
can do.
posted it.
Gosh, I hope it's on streaming services after it does, because maybe we can do like a watch party in Gumbo.
That would be lit, and I would hope that they can do that quickly. I don't know what that process is now, but I hope so.
I mean,
Honestly,
I know somebody will pay for
if
it.
it's available to rent, I would pay for it if it's on Amazon Prime or something, and we can still do it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, like whatever service. It wouldn't matter, because it's like just to watch it as a group, because it does sound like you need to go with people type of movie. Because
It's worth the watch.
yeah. All right, well, I think that was our last topic for tonight
There was one more,
with
but
the
we don't
bonus.
do it today. We can get into it and get into it another day.
Oh, what was our last topic?
AI art.
Oh, that's a whole can
segment.
of worms.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take
We'll talk about that on the next show then, because I
Yeah.
have some thoughts, some opinions.
Yeah, same here. So I think it'll be
Oh, y'all, just a quick tease. Are y'all yay or nay on it? Well, I know Coops nay.
yeah.
It depends on who's using it and why.
I would also take that same standpoint. Like I'm not
With great
Pandora's
power,
box.
comes great
Yeah, once
responsibility.
all technology is a Pandora's box. Like once it's open, you can't put it back in the box. So now we have it. You can't just say
Right.
anyway. But yeah, that's a whole
AI
Yeah.
is responsibly.
that's an entire discussion. That's a
Mhm.
great topic. But we'll need to dedicate, I think, a solid 30 I'd say to that.
Let's do it. Next show, we'll start with that, and then we'll get into whatever else. Any big news is coming out this week?
That's
So
funny.
relax.
Yeah.
But as always, so it's AI.
That's
As
a good one,
always,
Daniel. I love
please,
it.
thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Please hit that bell to get notifications. I don't know what happened. I'm still not together on this. As always,
Hit the
follow
bell
us-
icon.
Yeah, that. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at Certified Gumbo. And as always, we talk about this stuff all day, every day. Please join us in Discord. The link is down below. Buy us some coffee. Chill with us.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're in the Discord, make sure you're checking the threads in the topics, because we have active threads where we talk spoilers heavily to keep them off of main channels so that people don't get spoiled, and make it
Right.
easier because you don't have to mark it for spoilers when you post it. So there are
I'm not joining.
threads. Make sure you check and see if there isn't a thread open that you're interested in, because you may have seen a show that we watched, or you've come back to, or what have you, and we keep those threads active, but you don't see them
Yeah.
unless you're in them. So
I just resurrected the Halo thread in Paramount Plus channel.
oh yeah, that too, whole can of worms.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, appreciate y'all joining. Much love.
And as I
Buenos
always say,
noches.
peace, love, blessings, and may the force be with you always. I don't have my lightsaber on deck this time.
Dang.